today we are going to discuss regarding the concept of gravitation chapter. So welcome to my channel Physics to Learn AR. So in this topic we are going to discuss regarding the concept of Kepler's laws. Before that, just we'll discuss regarding introduction part regarding what are the fundamental forces. And then we will enter into the concept of Kepler's laws. So chapter name is gravitation. The basic fundamental forces of nature are gravitational force, strong nuclear force, weak nuclear force, and electromagnetic force. So this gravitational force, which we are going to see in our day-to-day life. So whenever you have been seen between two bodies, between them some kind of force which it can act, we can call this as gravitational force. Whereas this strong nuclear force and weak nuclear force, which we are going to get in terms of force between the protons and neutrons, so inside the nucleus. But whereas this electromagnetic force which it can exist between the charges. So regarding that, in today class which we are going to discuss the most important concept, which is nothing but the gravitational force. So gravitational force or gravitation, what we can discuss. So why do all the objects falls on the surface of the earth? So for that, what is the reason? So to answer this question, you have to discuss regarding the historical discoveries about the planetary motion. So before going to discuss about Kepler's laws, which we are going to discuss regarding planetary motion. So geocentric theory. So this is a one theory which has been given by Ptolemy, introduced by geocentric theory. So in the name itself, which they have been given it as a geocentric theory. So geo means which is nothing but earth. Earth will be at the center, which we can take it. All the celestial objects, stars, sun and all the planets revolves around the sun. The only motion that was thought to be possible for celestial bodies was motion in a circle. According to his theory, including sun, stars, all other planets which revolves around the sun in the form of a circle. Complicated schemes of motion were put forward by Ptolemy in order to describe the observed motion of planets. So if you have been seeing the figure clearly here, which you can observe it as Earth will be at the center, Sun, all other planets and all other stars, celestials, which they are revolving around the Earth. So in this geocentric theory, Earth will be at the center. So heliocentric theory. Regarding this heliocentric theory, he is one of the famous scientists of Indian, which I can call it as Aryabhatta. So in 5th century AD, a great Indian astronomer Aryabhatta mentioned in his research work about heliocentric theory. So in 5th century of AD only, he thought that regarding sun will be at the center, around that all the planets including Earth, which can revolve in an elliptical orbit. The same heliocentric theory has been proposed by Copernicus. So 1000 years later, after 1000 years, he is a scientist, which we can call it as Copernicus. He is a scientist named Copernicus, which they have been explained regarding heliocentric theory. In heliocentric theory, what we can tell it as sun will be at the center, and then all other planets including moon which revolves in an elliptical orbit or circular path which they have been given. So regarding this heliocentric theory, so Nicolaus Copernicus proposed the heliocentric theory. So what it will states? It will states that Earth and all the remaining planets revolves around the Sun. So the drawback of this theory was the Sun was thought to be a fixed position in this center. But we know that so Sun is also in motion. So based on this, which they have been given laws, which you can call it as Kepler's laws of planetary motion. So based on this, what they have been given, just you can go through once. Kepler's, he has been given the 3 laws. So before we study the Kepler's laws, let us understand some concept of ellipse. So ellipse has 2 axes. So one we can call it as major axis. So one more we can call it as minor axis.